Hello. This will relatively be a quick video with some information regarding Hera Syndulla, as well as a theory of mine that I think can probably be assumed, but I'm gonna go through it anyway. When we were first introduced to Hera, she was the pilot of a ship called the Ghost, and was the leader of a rebel cell called the Spectres, as seen in the Star Wars Rebels TV show. In Season 1 of said show, we learn that she is in contact with a mysterious agent known as Fulcrum. This agent wouldn't share their real identity, at least not until much later, and they would always send Hera and the Spectres on missions that specifically targeted the Empire. Hera willingly went along with these missions, knowing that what she and the Spectres were doing for Fulcrum was for a greater good. Of all the Spectres, Hera seemed to be the only one that was willing to fight for a larger rebellion, for a larger cause, so Fulcrum's missions were something that she was pretty okay with, unlike other people on the crew. Before that, however, chronologically speaking, Hera used to travel primarily on her own. Before she formed the Spectres, she traveled the galaxy looking for like-minded people, people that hated the Empire and wanted to do something about it. In the book A New Dawn, which takes place 6 years before the events of the Rebels TV show, Hera travels to the planet Gorse and encounters Canon for the first time. At this point in the timeline, Hera's goal is to track down an Imperial figure named Demetrius Vidian. She never explicitly stated why, but she strongly hints that there is a larger rebellion growing out in the rest of the galaxy. At this point, she has likely already come into contact with Fulcrum and the other early rebellion figureheads, and is now a rebel operative. The events depicting her initial encounter with rebel leadership has yet to be seen in Star Wars material, but through the book A New Dawn, we can narrow down when it happened in the timeline. It also isn't that far-fetched that Hera would meet the rebellion so early in the timeline, as she always seemed to see the bigger picture, especially in comparison with her father, Cham Syndulla. Cham was the leader of his own rebel cell on the planet Ryloth, the Twi'lek homeworld, but, unlike Hera, he only cared about freeing Ryloth from Imperial control rather than the whole galaxy. One of the biggest points of tension between Cham and Hera was their ideological differences when it came to fighting the Empire, and one of the reasons Hera left Ryloth and her father behind. With this in mind, it can be assumed that Hera quickly came into contact with Fulcrum and other rebel leaders as she traveled the galaxy and tried to help people that had been wronged by the Empire. That's really it. Hera's first contact with the rebellion hasn't been seen in canon yet, but it can be assumed to have happened before she formed the Spectres, and even before the novel A New Dawn. We also see Ahsoka first becoming Fulcrum in the Ahsoka novel, which takes place about a year after the formation of the Empire. So really, any time after Hera first left Ryloth after the Clone Wars is a possible time frame for her to have met Fulcrum for the first time. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. Thanks for checking it out.